What's up? What's up? What's poppin'? Hey, yo, it's Nate Dogg 916 coming at you live from Sacramento. Hey, y'all know what to do, man. Hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell, man, if you want to keep catching this fire content, man. And go below in the comments and let me know how y'all feel, man. Let me know what y'all want to talk about, man. If y'all want to hear more stories, of course, I keep hearing a lot of people say, give us more war stories. Give us more stories about stuff that happened. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. But make sure you go to my Instagram at nate.dog916. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow back. I'll follow you back. I'll like your pictures, all this stuff, man. There's too many people out here getting away with bull crap for me to be sitting back. I got to go ahead, participate, as they say. So, good morning. So let's see. It's 1998. And I'm currently in a High Desert State Prison. And I'm young, I'm 22, doing my time, the wild way, just getting my feet wet and acclimated to the prison life. And at this time, they got night visiting. So Friday, Saturday, you can go Friday evening, then Saturday morning and Sunday morning for your visits. I'm currently at this time, I'm on a B facility, B facility 4 building, cell 210. That's where I was located, just in case anybody's wondering. So 99, it's 99, not 98, it's 99. I'm in B facility 4 building, cell 210, on the upper tier, lower bunk. So that's just a little precursor for when I hear people saying they don't remember where they were at. I was in one of those prisons. Nah, I remember every cell, every block, every yard I was in. I might have to think for a second about what years, because they start to meld together, but I know every cellmate, everywhere I was at, unless I was on a layover with you somewhere on a transport. If I did any time in a cell with you, I remember you. And I remember where I was at. But like I said, I'm in High Desert State Prison in Susanville, California, level 4 maximum security. I happen to be moved over to a 270 design yard, which is a little lower than a 180 design yard. But the politics remain the same. So I'm coming back from a Friday night visit, right? And they got night day room at this time. So I'm coming back, I'm walking back, I'm fresh, I come in the building, come through the sally port, looking around, checking my surroundings, trying to make sure everything is as it should be. And then I notice over to the side, I see the dice game over underneath the TV. I see the dice game, right? Because they do the dice game right up under the tower. Not that the tower really tripping off the dice game, but they do it right under the tower so the tower ain't all in their face, because the tower can't see what's right underneath them, right? I see the dice game, but see, here's the TV. The TV area is right here. The tower's right above where the TV's at. Then there's a little space where the water faucet and the hot water spigot and all that is right there. Then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 benches, I believe, 6 or 8 benches lined up in front of the television for people who want to watch the TV that's in the day room. Then tables behind that, phones to the right? Two laundry bins, 2 big laundry bins are on both sides of where the phones are, right? My memory is astute. So I look and I see that the dice games is right in front of those first benches under the tower right there. And it's all Crips. It's pretty much all Crips in the dice game, right? Like, whatever. And I look and I see a dude that's my age. And he's sitting right by the dice game, watching, paying attention to the dice game, right? I look, and I'm like, he from my neighborhood. I'm like, he don't got no shoes on. He got shower shoes on. Pause. So I slide over there, right? Sit next to him. I sit on his right-hand side. I say, Bubba. That was his name, Bubba. Hey, Bubba. Hey, bro, why you out here without no shoes on, bruh? And you sitting over here with all the keyways? What is you doing, bruh? Now, mind you, at this time, on this specific yard, there was really nobody who had the keys for my car. And I was young. I really didn't know all the stuff that I ended up learning later in my term. But we had an agreement with the homies from Oak Park. And the homies from Oak Park that was there, they know me and they remember. We had an agreement. You know, salute to Big Damu. You know what I mean? Salute to D-Ray. Salute to Little D-Ray and Big D-Ray. I mean, OG D-Ray and D-Ray, that's my age. You know what I mean? Y'all remember. We had an agreement a basic agreement that if it was somebody from my hood that was out of pocket on the yard, come get at me and the homies and we'll deal with it. If it was somebody from your neighborhood that was out of pocket on the yard, we'll come get at y'all. You will deal with it because you got to remember at this time, I'm fresh off the streets, pretty much. It's only a couple of years off the streets. So on the streets, our neighborhoods at this time, we didn't get along. You know what I mean? So we understood that we had to link up and we had to be one city in the prison system. You know, this is Sacramento. This is 916. But there's still that thought process, like, man, every time somebody from the Heights get in trouble or go against a violation of the politics or whatever it may be, you cats always want to just, no questions, just get on him. And then you had certain homies from the Heights that anytime somebody from Oak Park was in trouble or broke some kind of rule or whatever it may be, the homies from the Heights was like, yeah, well, let's just get on him. Well, to alleviate people thinking, oh, he only doing that because he's from the park or he only doing that because he's from the Heights, y'all deal with y'all homies from y'all hood and we gonna deal with our homies from our hood. And then that way we keep the inside of our car bull crap from kicking off, right? Cool. So I didn't have the keys by any means. I was never a shot caller of any type of get down like that, but I was the type of person that would accept responsibility and do what needed to be done, especially when it came to my neighborhood, right? So I tell him, that takes you right back to why I'm like, bro, why is you here? That's what takes you back to why I took it upon myself to address this situation, right? So I push up, why is you out here without no shoes on, bro? You lacking security, bro. And he like, man, I'm good. I was like, bro, now go put your shoes on, nigga. He was like, I ain't putting on nothing. I looked at him. I said, you ain't gonna put your shoes on, bro? Nah. So I look at him. I say, okay. So mind you, I'm sitting on the side of him. So I like cock like this, and I slap him off the bench. I slap him as hard as I can, right? And at this time, I'm like 170 pounds, soaking wet. You know what I mean? I'm light, but I'm not scary. So I slap the crap at him. Whole dice game stops. What's going on over there? Hey, cuz, what they doing? Hold on, watch out. Move. So he fall off the back of the bench. Pop. I hop up. Look, what's happening? All right, man. All right. Gunner come over there. Come out the window. Officer White. Jackson, what's happening? Oh, no, that's good, man. I'm just helping him up, man. He slipped off the back of the bench, man. He said, man, cut that stuff out, man. I'm like, all right. Mind you, I'm still in my visiting clothes, right? So I'm like, what's up, man? Let's go. So Cassius the Squabble over in the right corner, over there by cell 101, underneath the tier, because that's like a blind spot. The tower can't see you under the stairs over there, because the big laundry containers I told you about earlier, they block his view, right? Let's go over here, bruh. Come over here. He's like, nah, bro. All right, I'm finna go put my boots on, nigga. I was like, yeah, go put your boots on now. Matter of fact, I'm going to walk you to your cell. So I'm on some, one, I want to go in the cell and beat you up now. Two, some lightweight security, because now where your cell is located, you got to walk through the side of the day room. That's all the whites and the Mexicans, right? So I'm like, cool. So let's go over there then. Let's go put your boots on. I'm saying, hey, white, hey, can you crack 120? I think it was 126. He was in the cell that was right next to the shower that's usually designated for the handicap. So that on the 270 yard, that cell's a little bit bigger. So he was in that cell. So I'm like, oh, if we do go in there, I got a rumble room, right? So I'm like, let's go over there. Let's go over there. Let's go to your cell and get your boots. So we go over to the cell. White cracks the door. He like, and White was one of those officers that he'd be like, man, y'all can rumble, just don't use no weapons. I ain't tripping. Like, he didn't say it this time, but that was his attitude. I looked up at him after he popped the door. He just looked at me and walked away, right? Back. So I go inside the cell with him, close the door, but I don't lock it, right? I just pull it, like you can pull it to like this close, right? Locker. So as soon as we get it, I'm thinking that brother gonna want to get down when we get in the cell, right? So we get in the cell. I'm like, what's happening? He's like, no, man, I ain't trying to fight you, man. I ain't trying to fight you. I'm like, man, I just slapped you, bro. You don't want to fight? He like, no, man, I ain't trying to fight you, man. I ain't trying to fight you. I'm like, hey, look, check this out, man. From now on, man, hey, you keep the heights out your mouth, man. I don't want to hear you telling nobody you from the heights no more, man. You ain't from the heights no more. I'm trying to do, honestly, at this time, I'm trying to do stuff to make him fight me, to try to, even though I learned later, you know what I mean, with knowledge and wisdom, that I should have never slapped that man like that. But at the time, I was like, I'm trying to say anything or do anything to you to make you want to fight me, right? He don't want no smoke, right? So he like, all right, bro, all right. So when you tell somebody you can't be from their hood, they can't be from their hood no more, you think that's the thing, when you're a gang member, that's the worst thing you want to hear, bro. I'm not from my hood. We gonna fight for that. You gonna have to beat me out the hood. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just like somebody said you got to get put on the hood, you gonna have to put me off the hood the hard way. Blood in, blood out type crap, right? He like, nah, okay, cool. Right? Whatever, man, whatever. So keep the hood out your mouth. I walk away. I walk out. Close the door. I better not hear the hood. Don't come to no bars where the homies is at. I better not see you around no homies chilling. None of that, right? You basically incommunicado, basically, when it comes to the 916 car, right? So I go back out the cell. I go in my cell, take my visiting clothes off, put my sweats on, throw a hoodie, throw a sweater on, come back out. Because mind you, I said we in high desert, it's kind of chilly. Throw my sweater and my hoodie on and my white Cortezes, right? My white Cortezes with the gray swoosh. Put that on, come back out, sit down chilling. OG end the rest of my day. Next morning, we come out for yard, right? Come out for yard, boom. Walking out to the yard, got thang, because this is high desert. You know, you walk around with thang on you because, and when I say thang, I mean a personal weapon, right? So I got thang on me. I go outside. OG homie holler at me. OG homie get at me. Let me holler at you. OG homie from North Highlands. He from Sacramento. He ain't a blood or a crip. He just from Highlands, but he been down with a 7 to life for like, at this time, like 15, 16 years already. To me, that was something, right? I was like, wow, you've been down 16 years? I'd never be able to do that much time, right? Right? But, so I'm like, okay, so he come, hey, let me holler at you. Been a lap with me, right? I'm like, I bet. So you walking, right? And he say, hey, what happened in the day room last night? Like, homie was out there with his shower shoes on. He said, yeah, so you handled that, right? I'm like, yes, sir. And he like, is it true that you slapped him? I'm like, yeah, I slapped that N-word. Yep. He like, hey, bruh, that ain't cool. That ain't cool, man. That ain't cool. You don't slap no grown man, man. Don't never slap no grown man. Because what you did is you made that man in his heart want to kill you now. You know what I mean? The best thing you can do if you got a problem with another man is fight that man. You punch that man because that man just feels like, oh, you got beat up. If you get in a fight with another man, then he just got beat up or you got beat up. But if you slap a grown man, not only did you assault him, you disrespected that man in his core. You treated him like a woman. You know what I mean? And please don't think that I think that women should be slapped. I'm against abusing females at all. But this is the words that the man used at the time, so I'm relaying the story how it happened, right? So the man said, what you did is you created somebody who wants to kill you. Now, whether you believe, and then you know me, I'm young. I'm like, F that dude, man. Tell him to bring it. We could do whatever, man, whenever. Give him a knife, give me a knife. We line it up, right? He like, nah, but what you got to understand is, one, you assaulted his manhood. Two, he's already afraid of you. But that doesn't diminish the fact that now that man probably wants to kill you. So what that man would do, what you giving this man the potential to do, is lie in wait until he gets his chance to try to kill you. I'm like, so should I just go down him? He's like, nah, don't do that. In certain circumstances, you should. But with this guy, nah. I'm just trying to show you that that's not something you should do to another grown man. I'm like, all right, OG, all right. So then I go back in the building and I pull up on dude, right? I'm like, hey man, let me holler at you real quick, man. He like, hey dog, I said I don't want no problems with you, man. I don't want no problems with you, man. I'm like, nah, but let me holler at you real quick, man. Hey, real talk, bruh. Hey, if you want that fade, bruh, I'll give you that fade, bruh. Like man-to-man type stuff, bruh. But, hey, I never should have slapped you. I never should have put my hand on you like that, man. Not like that. I should have felt, and I basically related, like, if you, bruh, I wasn't trying to do nothing extra. It's just you was out of pocket. You know the rules. That's how it go up in here, man. You know how we rock. You know, we can't make the rest of these cats think we weak. You know what I mean? He like, yeah, you right, man, you right. I'm like, so you want to run it? We can run it. And he like, nah, bro, it's good. That shit is dead with me and you. I'm like, all right, bet. Come to find out, then he moved into the cell like 2 days later with that same OG, right? That same OG. So now me and him cool. I still don't want to hear my neighborhood coming out your mouth no more. But we can speak. It's cool. You from Shaq. I can't take that from you. You from Shaq. I just don't want to hear you acting like you a gang member, like you active, because you not, right? So, and he never was. We like bottom line, he just like, oh, I grew up in the Heights, but I'm not from the Heights type dude, right? That type dude, right? So it didn't really call for instant removal. You know what I mean? Just stop talking about you from my neighborhood. You're not from my neighborhood, bruh. That type of get down. So a couple of days later, he moved into the dude in a cell with the OG. Excuse me. He moved into the cell with the OG, right? And I'm like, I'm sitting on the bench in the day room. I hear him. He come walking. Hey man, can I talk to you real quick, bruh? I'm like, yeah. He like, hey, check it out. Hey, last night when I was asleep, right? I felt somebody sit on the end of my bed, or sit on my bed, right? Sit on your bed. What you mean, sit on your bed? Like sit on the end of your bed to put their shoes on or something? Nah. He like sat like in the middle of my bed, like, you know, where my butt is. Like I was facing the wall. He sat like where my butt was, and he was like leaning up against me. Your Sally? Your Sally was leaning up against you? Yeah. And you think he was just... I asked him what he was doing. He just said he couldn't sleep. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Wait a minute. So you telling me in the middle of the night, this nigga got out of his bunk and sat on your bunk and leaned up against your butt? Yeah, that's kind of how it happened. Are you asking me for a knife right now? Is that what you want? No, oh, no, bro, no, bro. I said, it sound like dude trying to see if he can, bust them cheeks. I didn't say that because I didn't know Herc at the time and I didn't use that saying. But I'm like, sound like bro trying to be on some gay stuff. Man, what should I do? Take off on him. What you mean? Take off on him. That's what you should do. Oh, but I don't know if it was just he was sitting down and accidentally rubbed up against me. Listen. I'm going to tell you this and I'm going to leave it alone, bro. If that dude sat on my bunk in the middle of the night, I don't care if it was an accident. I'm taking off on him. I'm taking off on him because I'm thinking you're trying to play me like that. And we gonna make sure you know 100% I don't get down like that. And I'm taking off on you. So, needless to say, that man didn't move out of the cell with him. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he ended up turning him out. I don't know if any of that happened. But fast forward to 2016, 17, I'm walking into the gas station. Out here on the streets, walking into the gas station by my house. And somebody say, yeah, Nate Dogg. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin', man? He like, you don't remember me, bruh? Nah, but we could figure it out real quick. What's happening? He's like, man, it's me, man. Bubba. Bruh, it shocked me, bruh. It shocked me because this dude is a homeless individual now. And, just walking around the streets looking bad, bruh. And I felt bad. Like, I was thinking in my head, did the incident, did the set of, the things that happen in life, were they set in motion by what I did to you in prison? Let that sink in. I don't know. I end up taking the brother, buying him breakfast every time I see him now, because I see him often because he's homeless in this area. I see him often. Every time I see him, I stop, I holler. You know what I mean? But I'm not on that type of time no more. But I just want to see people survive. Hope you guys enjoyed this small little war story kind of incident story that happened. And understand that when living in prison, you have to always have your security on point, because as soon as you're not on point, that's when you leave yourself open for something, for you to be the initial victim on something happening. If you don't do nothing else, man, stay loyal.